What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. Today, I want to bring you a speech from the president of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu. In this speech, he kind of spoke from the heart. And I'm not going to lie, I was very impressed by the things that he said. It lines up with what I said in my video where, titled African American Exposed Nigerians while in Nigeria. And I said it's going to take a president that just says it how it is and starts to hold his people accountable. And in Nigeria, y'all heard me say Nigeria really should be a continent. If Europe's a continent, Nigeria should be a continent, right? And with that being said, the reason why Nigeria should be a continent, because all the so-called states that you see should be countries, because these particular territories represent whole peoples, different peoples, right? Yoruba land, Igbo land, Hausa land, and then you have the Fulani spread amongst the many with other various different tribes that I can't name right now because there's so many of them with their own particular territories and groups, right? Benin and various other kingdoms. And by the way, all the kingdoms and their kings and the bloodlines are still there. The Europeans never destroyed them all. They tried, but they never destroyed them all. They're still there. They may not be as rich and grand as they used to be because the barbaric savage king of the UK stole all of it along with all the Indian stuff. They stole all of it. So if you want to see the riches of African kings and obas, just look at the British crown. They got it all over there. And the Catholic Church, they got it all over there. All right. But with that being said, the governors of these states are like presidents themselves. And it's up to them to make an environment for their people within the state to be able to thrive, utilizing agricultural and manufacturing, things like that. And like I said before, a lot of these governors of these states, heads of state, they're corrupt. A lot of them are corrupt. And they rather take butter biscuits from the same white NGOs that all the other politicians globally are taking from the same white barbarian savage NGOs. I want all of you guys to check out a video called, or a book called, they have it in video form and book form, Confessions of a Corporate Hitman. Confessions of a Corporate Hitman, and it'll show you how America goes into countries like this and infiltrates the political system and turns these politicians corrupt in order for the West to steal all the resources that you see behind me to make the West great, to make the white Wakanda for white folks, right? And in return, these governors, these heads of state become very rich and they build their houses in these white Western Wakandas and they send their family members to live and thrive in these white Western Wakandas while the people that they're supposed to govern suffer, even though they're sitting on vast amount of wealth and vast amount of opportunity. And Bola Tinubu said just as much. You can say a lot about Bola Tinubu, and there's no politician that's squeaky queen. There's no such thing. There's never existed in this planet Earth. No leader has ever been squeaky king. No empire has ever been squeaky clean. Ever. And that's the real world. But at the same time, a leader and the empires have a duty to their people, at least bare minimum. And some of these governors of these Nigerian states haven't even done the bare minimum. But some governors are doing for their people, and I have to commend them. Like the governor of Ado Ekiti State. When I first came here, before that governor was here, there was another governor here. The roads were terrible. There was no internet. They didn't have any lights in the main streets. Every time school opened, there was a strike because the government wouldn't pay the institutions to pay the teachers, and the teacher had to go on strike because they weren't getting paid. The police officers weren't getting paid. Everybody was stressed out because the governor would take the money allocated to him from the federal government and put it in his own pocket, giving contracts and not honoring those contracts. You see half-built roads, half-built buildings. But when the new governor came in, the current governor of Ado Ekiti State, once he came in, I, as an African-American witness to this man's work, I've seen solar power lights being placed upon the road so people can drive safely. I seen roads and bends and corners on roads that were famous for killing people be fixed and make it safe for people to drive at night. The internet has gotten drastically better, as where I am in the middle of pretty much nowhere. I have 5G LTE and I have 4G bare minimum. Internet works great. I have an Xbox. I'm playing it. Okay. No way was I doing that when that other government was here, because there's no way the internet was going to be strong enough to do anything like that. I'm seeing development left and right. I'm seeing new buildings, new construction happening in downtown Ekiti State. I'm seeing schools opening up. Schools are not going on strike because the school systems are getting paid. The money is actually getting down to where it's supposed to be. You see, there are governors that's doing their job. A governor that's not doing their job, the governor of Cross River State. Cross River State should be the #1 destination, vacation destination in the world. Rivaling the Maldives, rivaling Italy, rivaling any beautiful tropical place you can point on this road. Cross River State should be the #1 destination for vacationers. But why is it not? Because when developers went there to build and try to make it a vacation destination, the government stole money and didn't maintain the infrastructure that was there. Now it's all dilapidated. You can go there for vacation, but you'll be highly disappointed. They're squandering beautiful sites and business opportunities just simply because the leaders of these states rather put the money in their pocket so they can go buy European cars, European houses, put their money in European banks, have European Medicare and European healthcare without building hospitals. That's the problem in Nigeria. It's the governors who steal from the people. Same thing in the north. The governors and the Obas who control some of the governors rather steal the money and allow Boko Haram, the Fulani Muslim terrorists, the same ones that's in Burkina Faso, the same ones that's terrorizing Niger, the same ones that's terrorizing Mali. It's the same Muslim Caliphate extremists that came over Chad, came down to the western side 500 years ago and destroyed our great nations in concert with the Europeans 500 years ago. And their ancestors are still here doing the same thing with their Asian religions, poisoning the African continent with their Asian religions. That's exactly what happened. Islam is the worst thing that ever happened to Africans. Christianity is the worst thing to ever happen to Africans. And both of them happened at the same time and smashed us, right? But what I see here in Nigeria is that people are going back to their traditional culture because they now see value in it. Because now you have governors who put value and put money in those institutions instead of pandering to the NGO priest that come over here and toss them Vatican money, toss them American Protestant money. You understand what I'm saying? There we have governors and now kings that are now fully aware, Obas that are now fully aware that they need to value themselves and their people over them white trinkets. And it's happening, and I'm seeing it now in states like Ado Ekiti State, a wonderful state to come to and invest in because the governor have incentives and have programs to allow foreigners to come and invest in the infrastructure of this land. And they also are allowing other Nigerians and other Africans who have business ideas and money to invest to come here and invest. That's the kind of leadership that we need in Nigeria. And Bola Tinubu knows just as much. And I understand as a president, he can't do everything because he's not God King. He's just the president of the federal government. States still have their autonomy. So I can see that despite a lot of people not liking him for various different reasons, and I won't argue with that, but I can still see when a man is being genuine about what we need to do for the country, what we need to do for the people. And the thing is, until Nigeria stands up fully, the rest of the black world will not be able to stand up fully. So it behooves us to support Nigeria. It behooves the governors to understand that the gravity of the situation is much bigger than they've been thinking. That they're more important as governors of these great states of Nigeria than they know. Because some of these governors, they don't think on a global scale. They're thinking locally because they have local minds. But some of these governors are international. Some of these governors are thinking on the grand scheme, understanding that there is vast wealth in these states. Each individual state itself, like I said, could be a country and could command the same GDP as countries. As Lagos will show you, Lagos by itself, GDP is more than pretty much every African country on the continent. Just the state. And they definitely are not the wealthiest state. It's just that Lagos has, because of the ports, has had a head start on economic development. But there's way too much potential, way too much ability to create jobs in this country for it to be squandered because of some old, rich puppet of the West who want to just take that money meant for the people and put it in their own pockets. They're a bottleneck in Nigeria. And Bola Tinubu called it out. So I just wanted to bring this speech to him because he was definitely speaking from the heart. Now, whether he get elected next time, that's not up to me. That's up to the citizens of Nigeria. And it's up to them to decide whether Bola Tinubu and his plan is good enough to go forward, or if somebody has a better plan for Nigeria. And that only the future will tell about that. But right now, I like the direction in which Bola Tinubu is going. And he fully understands the only way to maximize the capability of Nigeria is to have security. Is to have security within the country. That means the security apparatuses of Nigeria needs to be fully aware that the white Western world are the ones sponsoring those Fulani caliphates in the north. The same way the white Western world is financing the caliphate, the Islamic terrorists in all those other countries in the AU, the AES. It's all backed and sponsored by the West. There's no way a bunch of people in sandals in the deserts can get high-end equipment and satellite info without the help of the West. And because I'm a professional and I myself have done this job as a United States Marine Corps special operator, I know exactly how it works. Because I've done it in Afghanistan, where I trained a group of insurgents to fight the government, where I went on patrol with the Taliban to go fight other Taliban. I literally have done it, so I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, without further ado, let's get to this speech by the president of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu. Anyway, that's all I got to say. It's Afro Think Tank. When I'm Tito, I'm out.
Dear brothers and sisters, yes, I am in charge here today, but we are running a constitutional democracy. I will appeal to you to summon the governors. Some of them, call them up. I'm doing my best to improve the revenue of the country and giving them their due. But they must equally be sympathetic to the populace, and they must consider the need of the local people. People reside in the local government. People are in the local community. That is where they reside. That is where they feed. That is where they garden. That is where they cook. That's where they farm. If the local government are not free, and the leaders don't hang on to the number, we have 774 local government. It's just a number. Is it effective? Is it reaching the real people? Who is being held accountable for this money? Maybe we should look and recalibrate one version that was good 4 years ago might not be good today. And when we want the votes, we go to the locals. When we get the votes, we move to Abuja. I think we have to collectively join hands. I need for you to get us a committee of people that can really embark on the campaign for our value to change. Our brothers and sisters, it is disheartening watching the TV and see the number of people in IDPs. No sincere leader in this country will be happy seeing that. We have to pull together to rescue Nigeria from banditry. Yes, we know we are making progress, but we want to eliminate that one completely. If food security cannot be achieved without putting in place the needed security, and we must work on that together. For example, there's a big economy that has been a problem to Nigeria. The livestock and animal husbandry. Ordinary dairy farm can grow an economy. Not to talk of yogurt and many other things that can come from animal. Talk to the governors. Let them make lands available. Talk to others to collaborate with, the state. The lands are in the hands of the state governors. They can make provision for it. We are ready to put funds in place to help the herders rear their animal in a very, very, very polite way. We can do it, and we are going to do it. If Brazilians are doing it, if they are doing it in Holland and other places, we can do it. Yes, I hear you about the gas plant. The cash flow is a problem. We are taking revolutionary, steps to really improve our gas output. And that is why we separate gas from oil. Now, our flaring is going down. And if we can invest in the AKK, we will arrive at our destination earlier than expected. You are not wrong in making that request. It is an investment that is worth our while. It's worth our risk. But we have convulsion of needs. What is happening to electricity generation, distribution, and consumption? We have to do that in order to energize the economy. To me, I will recommend putting a committee in place to really do some follow-up on these items listed. I'll look into more details. If I continue itemizing it one by one, we might leave here until mid-break.
Wait. Before you go, for all my subscribers and philanthropists out there, I'm building a solar power community water bowl system in Nigeria. It's going to cost between $5,000 and $6,000. I'm trying to raise money. If you want to participate and help me build this solar power water system, please donate to the Cash App and put solar water in the notes. Solar water in the notes. I'll put PayPal, Stripe, and Zelle. Anyway, thank you. That's all I got to say. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out. Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.